What's going on, guys? This is Bruce Matson, your host of the show, and we had an interesting trade go down last night. Matt Stafford going to the Rams, Jared Goff going to Detroit, 2 first-round picks involved, and a third-round pick, all going to Detroit. So, pretty much the Rams paid up for Stafford, and they got Jared Goff off the books, and they had to send over 2 firsts and a third. And there's a lot to break down with this because obviously they're using credit to try and win a Super Bowl. If Matt Stafford plays to his potential with the weapons they have in LA, then this could be a good deal for them. But could be a horrendous deal for them too if they do not make it far in the playoffs, win a Super Bowl or whatever, because this is the reason why they did the deal. Obviously, Goff wasn't going to get it done. He was the gatekeeper that was preventing them from making it farther in the playoffs. And they needed to do something about that. And getting a quarterback on the cheap was just not in the cards for them. So they paid up for Stafford. It's on credit, so it's either Super Bowl or bust for them at this point. They got some good pieces. They got Robbie Woods, Cooper Kupp, and then Cam Akers. If he continues to run hard, blows up, then that could be a powerful offense to contend with. And for fantasy purposes, yeah, I'm buying all the Rams, really. Cam Akers I like even more because they're more than likely going to be able to sustain drives. They're going to have better quarterback play. The wide receivers should have better acuity to targets. So, yeah, the passing volume has to go up because it was a pretty high volume passing attack to begin with, considering what they had at quarterback and how quickly they ran their plays. So, I value this as a good spot for Stafford, the receivers in the Rams offense, and Cam Akers. If anyone I like the most out of this is Cam Akers, because he's going to be able to get more touches, more opportunities, because longer drives. You could say what you want about this deal for the Rams, but we know what they want and we know what they're doing. They are in the mode to win a Super Bowl. Getting a quarterback's not cheap. They are not going to win a Super Bowl with Goff, and you just had to pay the piper. And the thing is, when it comes to winning, it's either Super Bowl or bust. Like, making the playoffs is not good enough. If you're happy with making the playoffs and then losing the first round or even in the second round, that's a loser's mentality, really. Because at the end of the day, you want to win the Super Bowl. You want to do everything at all costs to win that Super Bowl. If you got to put yourself in position and you got to mortgage your future and you feel like the rest of your roster's good to where you have that window to make it in the next couple of years, then you got to do it. So I understand from their perspective. Like, we have the chance. We have a good team right now. We have a good defense. We have Aaron Donald. We have some good pieces on offense. We have a good running core or group of running backs. We need a quarterback that can dish the rock. I understand that. And I get it. It's a gamble. Many people don't like gambles, but it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. So I understand about that. I get it from just looking at a phone booth perspective, from the picks, the players, and all that. It looks like a bad deal on their end, but they also get the Goff contract off the books, opens up some cap, so that helps as well. It's just, you got to do what you got to do. You can't just be mediocre and hope to get better. It's the definition of insane. Sometimes you got to take a risk to get to the next step. And that's what the Rams did. Scared money don't make money. And that's what they're doing. They're gambling to get to that next step and get to a Super Bowl. Lions, however, it's a smart move on them because Matt Stafford did not want to be in Detroit, and they need capital to rebuild this franchise. 2 first-round picks is going to go a long way. Of course, they're going to be later first. The Rams are a good team. Jared Goff, you're not going to be able to do much with him. He's not really like an elite-level quarterback. You may even want to cut him eventually because of his contract or whatever you're planning on doing. It's just, this team needs to rebuild. They need capital. They need to get players that want to be there too. Matt Stafford didn't want to be there. I don't know what's going to happen with Kenny Golladay. I'm pretty sure he's out because he's a free agent. So you got to build up that wide receiver corps as well. So there's a lot going on there. Team's got a new coach. Hopefully they can rebuild on the fly and do well with those picks. But picks are a gamble as well too, because you never know what you're going to get. So the draft's a lottery. So at the end of the day, both teams won. They won from the perspective as they got what they needed to do, what they wanted to do. The Lions got pieces to rebuild, and the Rams got a bad contract off the books. They got rid of that sunk cost, and they got them a quarterback that can get them to the next level, potentially gets them to the next level. How about that? That's better wording. But that's it. We can play Monday morning quarterback. We can look at this 3 years from now and say who won and who didn't. But it's all what's going on in real time and way you look at things. And objectively, both teams did what they had to do. And I get it. Sometimes it hurts in the wallet to buy a quarterback like that for that big of a premium. But it also sucks to keep those picks and keep all that capital and keep losing in the first round and not go to the Super Bowl, not have that chance, or get fired, or 5 years down the road, wish you made this deal, wish you made that deal, even if it didn't work out. So you got to think of it on that perspective as well. Even if this deal doesn't work out for them, say Stafford gets hurt or Stafford busts, McVay would have to go to sleep that night if he didn't make that deal, wondering what would have happened if they could have moved on from Goff and got another quarterback. How good could this team be? How far could they go? And that could eat at him for the rest of his life. And the fact that this team is smart by erasing their sunk costs, the players that they had bad contracts on, like Todd Gurley, Goff, and then some, Brandon Cooks, is a smart move. You know the deal's not working out, and instead of wasting time with that player, you move on, you cut bait, you eat some of that, and you move on instead of wasting your time with that player and wasting your potential odds of moving on and winning more games or getting better or churning out the middle or back part of your roster. So I like what the Rams do when they get a player that's just not fitting, that they've poorly invested in, and they realize that they've poorly invested in that player, so they move on. So I kind of like that. Smart on their half. It doesn't look smart from someone who doesn't really understand sunk costs and why it's important to cut bait early than late. But it's smart. I mean, sometimes you got to gamble to win, and that's what they're doing right now. Thank you guys for watching the channel. It means a lot to me. I just wanted to get a quick reaction out here to this. It's been a hot topic. Social media, pretty much nothing's going on in sports right now because football season's over. We just got the Super Bowl coming up. And NFL draft in a few months was at like 88 days from now, 87 days. So we're getting there. So hopefully I have about 100 videos of draft content between now and then. Keep you guys ready and rolling for rookie drafts. Another reason why you need to hit that subscribe button. But tell all your friends that I'm out here pumping out videos and dropping heat. And I'll catch you next time.